Hi, my name's Trina Bigham, and I'm just here to tell you a little bit about the specific carbohydrate diet. I started it about 5 years ago when I just wanted to cook healthier for myself and for my family. And I actually made a soup, a chicken and squash soup, that was featured on The Early Show, and you can get that recipe online and even still see the video of me making it. So today what we'd like to do is tell you how to successfully implement the specific carbohydrate diet. And there are 3 P's to remember. One is to understand the principles of the diet. The second is that preparation is the key to this diet. The third is to consider individuals' preferences. So today we'll be demonstrating some of the things that maybe you haven't tried yet cooking at home. Although most of the ingredients that we'll be using today are available at your local store, there are certain things that you would have to get either online or at a health food store. And one of the biggies is almond flour, and this is what it looks like right here. And another thing is ghee, and then the yogurt starter to make your yogurt, the alcohol-free vanilla, and the coconut flakes and coconut oil. So those ingredients are probably the only ones that you'd either have to buy online or get from your local health food store. We'll tell you how to get those in some websites. I'm going to show you how to make mayonnaise. Once you've learned how to make homemade mayonnaise, you'll never go back to store-bought because it just tastes so much better. But you do have to be patient with your mayonnaise, and it might take you a little bit of practice to learn how to do it. But the real key is in adding in the safflower oil very slowly. That's kind of the key. So I'm going to start out. We take 1 egg and we put it into a blender, and then we take a little bit of honey. I'm not great at measuring things, just a little bit, maybe a teaspoon or so, maybe a tablespoon, and a little bit of mustard, again about a teaspoon, and then we'll do about a teaspoon of vinegar, white vinegar, and a pinch of pepper, and a little bit of salt. I like to use sea salt. I do more like 2 or 3 pinches of that. Okay, and then what we do is we take safflower oil, and I usually like to, instead of just pouring it right in slowly from the bottle, I like to take some kind of a different kind of bottle that's easier to control. So you could either buy like one of those ketchup or mustard bottles, or reuse maybe one of the mustard bottles that you have. So you turn this on first, just with these ingredients. And once you've got those mixed, now we'll add in the safflower oil ever so slowly. One of the real keys is that'll tell you that you're almost done is that the engine on the motor will start slowing down. At first it goes really fast, and then you hear it kind of going slower and slower, and that's kind of a key that you're almost done and the mayonnaise has gotten thick enough. So patience is the key, just adding the safflower oil in really slow, and then your finished product is just like regular mayonnaise. It's really delicious. You can, and this is a base to so many other things that you'll be making. You can use this to add in with other things to make dips and sauces and all kinds of things. Just remember, when you're making the mayonnaise, you can't really double or triple or quadruple the batch to try to make more mayonnaise faster. It really, you can only use 1 egg at a time, and you have to make it as a small batch. But that 1 egg makes you about a cup of mayonnaise. Okay, one of the things that you can do with your mayonnaise is make this fabulous Kalamata olive spread, which you can use for dipping with vegetables or for a bunch of different things. So what I do is I take some of the mayonnaise, and a lot of times I like to do it when I just finished the mayonnaise that I made, and I'll take out most of it and refrigerate it for other things, and then maybe 1 inch so left in the blender, I'll use that for my Kalamata spread. So first I'm going to cut up a lemon, just to squeeze a little bit of lemon in. And then I'm going to add in a couple of cloves of garlic. and some Kalamata pitted olives, which you can just get at your regular grocery store. Just make sure they're pitted. Okay, and we're just going to put that together, and then we're just going to turn on the blender again. And what we get is this beautiful light purple spread that is very delicious. So you can just use this and dip vegetables and eat it. It's really, really yummy. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make yogurt. It's really easy. Don't be intimidated at all by it. It is so simple. And what we usually start with is raw milk. You can get raw milk at a local farm. There's a farm that I go to that they just have it in a cooler outside, and you just, on your honor system, put your money in and take your raw milk. So anyways, we're going to start off with a ½ gallon of milk, and we're going to pour it into a pan. And then we're going to put the pan on medium heat. And we're going to put in a candy thermometer. Alright, so we put in a candy thermometer, and we're going to heat our milk to 180 degrees, okay? And occasionally you'll just want to stir it with a wooden spoon. Okay. And as soon as we've got it up to 180 degrees, we're going to shut off the heat. We're going to leave our candy thermometer in, and we're going to cool it to 110 degrees, which might take maybe a ½ hour. I'm not sure exactly how long, but just keep checking it. When it's cooled to 110 degrees, we're going to transfer a little bit of it into another container, like this measuring cup. Okay? And that's so that we can add our yogurt starter. Okay? So with the yogurt starter, we're going to add in about 1/4 to a ½ teaspoon. Okay? So we're just going to add that into that much, and we're going to stir it. We're just going to make sure that it's mixed in well. Okay? Then once it's mixed in well, we can take that and mix it back into our whole batch, because we want to make sure that the whole batch has yogurt starter in it. Okay? And then we're going to put them in your yogurt machine. If you have an individual yogurt machine, which makes individual servings, make sure that you don't leave the covers on while the yogurt is being fermented. If you have the larger machine, then the cover does go on. Once your milk is cooled to 110 degrees and you've added your yogurt starter, you're ready to put them into the individual containers. So I'll just pour some in. And then we're going to make sure, and we fill them all up, and we're going to make sure that we do not put the covers on. The covers are only for storage in the refrigerator. We're going to put our cover on, and we're going to wait for 24 hours. After 24 hours, we're going to put these containers into the refrigerator, and then they'll be done after about 5 or 6 hours. And this is what the finished product looks like. We've got yummy yogurt. It's really easy and tastes great.